Good morning. My name is Nancy Packard, and I'm speaking today about some recent work in our justice ministry here at FCPC. Through a grant from the Abundance Funds of 2022, our justice ministry group hosted a video and discussion series from Next Church. We invited committee members, deacons, and elders. We watched and discussed what institutional racism looks like in our society, in our schools, in our neighborhoods, in our churches, and how we might work for racial justice right here at home, in our community, and even in our church. Through our study and discussion, some of us have been inspired to continue our work in a Matthew 25 group. You can find more information about that in the Friday e-gram. Through this work and through this opportunity with the Justice Ministry, I have become more aware of my privilege and how easily at times I can ignore the systems of racism around me. A few weeks ago, Pastor Megan asked us, "Who will you listen to? Which voices will you allow to influence you?" Well, I hope now that I am no longer afraid to listen, and I hope and pray that I can allow the voices of those who experience bias and marginalization to influence me, so that I can use my voice to aid the work of our justice ministry. Thank you for your support.
Good morning. I'm Darryle Brown, and I'll be sharing my experience on the justice ministry. So my family began attending Falls Church Presbyterian during John Smoot's final year as interim pastor. We were greeted with a smile by Jack Sarver, who I think is actually a greeter today. So how you doing, Jack? Hugged close by Diane Hendricks and felt welcomed by all. Over time, I became more active in the church, and the justice ministry seemed like a good fit because it aligned with my values. Unfortunately, we all read the headlines with shock and sometimes anger on the prevalence of social injustice. And as a black male, I've had my fair share of encounters, such as the time in middle school when a mother attempted to explain to me that slavery perhaps wasn't all bad because blacks here are better off now than they would have been otherwise. Or the time a police officer threatened to throw me and a friend in jail when I suggested he followed us because of our race. He furiously told us his wife was black and he knew bad things happened to blacks a long time ago. So, as you all can imagine, this diffused the whole situation because he, of all people, couldn't be racist. I share these stories not for you to sit in judgment or pity, but simply to know many people of color have these same experiences. I'm encouraged by the work of the Justice Ministry and was fortunate enough to participate in the anti-racist workshop hosted by the church that Nancy mentioned. I was able to listen to earnest discussions on how we all can become co-conspirators to this very important work. You've likely seen announcements on becoming a Matthew 25 church. While I don't have the time to discuss this now, more information will follow. I encourage you to look for ways to engage and support the efforts of the ministry. Thank you for your time.